Μεγάλα καράβια, μεγάλες
Καλημέρα σε όλους και όλες και καλώς ήρθατε στη σημερινή διάσκεψη τύπου που διοργανώνεται με την ευκαιρία των Εβδομάδων Γερμανικής Γλώσσας 2025. Για σκοπούς ευκολότερου συντονισμού και άμεσης αμοιβαίας κατανόησης, οι ομιλίες θα γίνουν στα αγγλικά. Guten Morgen, meine Damen und Herren, und herzlich willkommen zur heutigen Pressekonferenz anlässlich der Wochenende. Dear Director of the Goethe Institute Cyprus, ladies and gentlemen, Guten Morgen to today's press conference organized on the occasion of the Weeks of the German Language 20 organized by the embassies of Austria, Germany and Switzerland, together with the Goethe Institute of Cyprus, under the auspices of the Ministry. I'd like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank the Deputy Minister of Culture for their swift response and for yours.
Christo Alexandria, thank you. Dear ambassadors of Austria and Switzerland, dear First Secretary of the German Embassy, dear Director of the Goethe Institute Cyprus, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I welcome you once again this year to the press conference organized by the Ministry of Education, Sport and Youth, together with the embassies of Austria, Germany and Switzerland, as well as the Goethe Institute Cyprus, on the occasion of the Weeks of the German Language 2025. This year's events will take place from the 10th to the 29th of November 2025. As every year, their main aim is to invite students, teachers, families, and the wider public to engage with the German language and the vibrant cultures of Austria, Germany, and Switzerland. I'm especially pleased to highlight that on the 7th of November, students participating in the pilot program of German language will visit the Goethe Institute in Nicosia, where a specially designed program will be organized for them. This visit will bring together students from all pilot schools in Nicosia, Limassol, and Paphos, giving them the opportunity to meet with each other, engage with German-speaking teachers, and take part in enjoyable activities. The gymnasium students will participate in an interactive workshop focusing on the history of Germany and the fall of the Berlin Wall. As for the Lyceum students, they will first visit the Embassy of Germany in Nicosia before heading to the Goethe Institute. The program of the German Embassy aims to give them the opportunity to get to know the embassy building and to meet in person the ambassador of Germany to Cyprus, Dr. Hans-Peter Jugel, if I pronounce this well. I would like to sincerely thank the German Embassy for this initiative and for generously covering the transportation costs, making this enriching experience possible for our students. Our ministry fully supports the Weeks of the German language as multilingualism remains a basic pillar of our educational policy. Within a modern, student-centered, inclusive school system, we recognize that language competence is fundamental for personal fulfillment, employability, active citizenship, and social inclusion. In particular, the German language offers our generation many benefits, especially the youngest, opening doors to further studies, professional opportunities, and meaningful participation in a globalized world. German is among the most widely spoken languages in the European Union and plays a leading role in science, culture, and economic exchange. It enables access to world-class higher education in German-speaking countries, and through it our students can widen their horizons, develop intercultural competence, and gain enhanced employability. The pilot program for learning German in public secondary schools continues to expand and evolve. It is now in its third consecutive year, and each year we see the number of participating students grow, reflective in its increasing value and impact. I would like to thank the school teachers and also the head teachers, some of them I can see them there, for their effort and support, our inspector, of course, the head of the secondary education, Mr. Koutsidis, for keeping this in a very, very increasing way. It's our main priority. The challenge that lies ahead is the official certification of the German language competences acquired by our students. Our intention is to strengthen our cooperation with the Goethe Institute to introduce recognized certification of German language proficiency. We are fully aware that this step is essential for the success of the pilot program, as it will enhance the value of German language study and further motivate our learners. Allow me again to express my sincere thanks to all of you here, and especially the ambassadors, the embassies of the countries that keeps that alive, and also the Goethe Institute. Let me also, in conclusion, state and make this as our main priority, that we are fully committed to enhancing language education and expanding educational horizons for our students. Through the Weeks of German Language 2025, we renew our call to embrace multilingualism, promote intercultural dialogue, and build a more connected, inclusive future. Together, we continue to strengthen educational and cultural ties with German-speaking countries and to enrich the educational journey for our youth. Thank you all for being here with us today. I wish every success to the upcoming events of the Weeks of the German Language 2025. So, zusammen für Deutsch, μαζί για τα γερμανικά. Μόνο αυτό.
By the Ambassador of Switzerland to Cyprus, Mr. Christoph Burgener. Mr. Ambassador, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Honorable Minister Athina Michailadu, Minister of Education, Sport and Youth, dear colleague, Ambassador of Austria, dear colleague, Secretary at the German Embassy and Director of the Goethe Institute in Cyprus. For Switzerland, it's really a great pleasure and to participate alongside our esteemed partners, the embassies here and the Goethe Institute, in the celebration of the Weeks of the German Language. This festival is a wonderful opportunity to bring German language closer to the people of Cyprus and to share the richness of our cultures. During this festival, we are delighted to present a selection of cultural events that celebrate literature, cinema, and music. One of the highlights is our film screening Journey into the Desert, exploring the life of Austrian poet Ingeborg Bachmann and the complex love affair with Swiss author Max Frisch. The relationship of these two giants of literature was marked by tensions, jealousy, and conflicts. You see, as well, giants have such ordinary relationship problems. And it's a story of passion, creativity, and obsession. Certainly not a tender love affair like Titanic or Pretty Woman, but sometimes tragic relationships shaped by the brilliance of two extraordinary personalities. We are also proud to co-host a jazz concert where traditional German Volkslieder and Cypriot folk songs will be presented in a contemporary jazzy style. I would also like to draw your attention to a very special Swiss film, Late Shift, in German, Die Heldin, the heroine. This powerful film portrays the life and dedication of a simple nurse in a Swiss hospital. It's a tribute to all nurses worldwide who work tirelessly, often without a lot of recognition or adequate remuneration. Through this film, we honor their commitment, their compassion, and the vital role they play in caring for our communities, in Switzerland, in Cyprus, and everywhere in the world. This film has been selected as Switzerland's official submission for the Best International Feature Film category at the Oscar Academy Awards 26. For some more light-hearted fun and more relaxed time, our traditional Cyprus-Swiss Association Fondue Evening is the place to be. It's all about good vibes, cheesy delights, cozy conversations, and a lot of calories. It would be a pleasure to see anyone in the mood for a traditional Swiss fondue night at the Cleopatra Hotel. My colleagues will talk about other very interesting events. and we hope that you will gain a deeper appreciation for the German-speaking countries, the people, their stories, and their cultures. And I want as well to underscore, and what the Minister as well said, the participation of students that will participate in these weeks of the German language. It's really very important for us that we include the students and that they have the opportunity as well for a dedicated event to come to Nicosia and to be in the Goethe Institute and at the German residence. And it will widen the horizons as the Minister elaborated before. Excellency, dear Minister, I thank you for your active support. Your presence here today and your long-standing support means a lot to us. My thanks go also to the wonderful teams in the German and Austrian Embassy and the Goethe Institute Cyprus, and as well to the Friends of the Cinema Society, the Cyprus Swiss Association and the Swiss-based Heimhoff Foundation that financially supports our events. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to celebrating this festival together with you. Thank you very much.
Let us now continue with the speech by the Ambassador of Austria to Cyprus, Ms. Susan Bach-Fischer. Madam Ambassador, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Your Excellency, dear Minister, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and a warm welcome on behalf of the Austrian Embassy. I'm delighted that you joined us today for the press conference on this year's launch of the Weeks of the German Language. This year, we are back for the 9th consecutive year. This event is especially dear to us at the Austrian Embassy, but also for our other partners, as it provides the perfect opportunity to celebrate the richness of the German language and the shared heritage and culture from our German-speaking countries. German is far more than just a means of communication, for its over 130 million speakers worldwide. It's a vessel that carries a profound legacy of history, philosophy, science, and the arts. The leitmotif of this year's Weeks of the German Language is Stimmen und Geschichten, voices and stories, highlighting diverse perspectives and narratives. And I'm especially proud that this year we also managed to bring together voices from both the German-speaking world and from Cyprus. Let me first point out again some of the events supported by the Austrian Embassy in collaboration with our partners. Already mentioned by my colleague, the Swiss ambassador, is the opening event this coming Monday, which features the Austrian renowned writer Ingeborg Bachmann and her, as we heard, interesting relationship with Swiss playwright Max Frisch. My German colleague will mention more details, I think, on the one-off jazz concert, which will blend traditional music from Cyprus and the German-speaking countries. On Wednesday, the 12th of November, at the Pantheon Theatre, we, the Austrian Embassy, will present Peacock, a multi-award-winning feature film by Bernhard Wenger, telling the story of Matthias, a young man who makes a living as a rental friend, being anyone the clients need, like a cultured boyfriend to impress the friends, or a perfect son or a son-in-law to influence your business partner's opinion. However, while he excels at pretending to be someone else every day, his main discovery is that he is just being himself is the real challenge. The director, Bernhard Wenger, blends sharp humor with critical social insight in this movie. It is a powerful reflection on identity, self-presentation, and the fundamental human need to belong. This superb satirical tragicomic is Austria's official entry for the 2026 Academy Awards, a competitor to the Swiss film, but make sure not to miss it. In addition, the Austrian Embassy, in cooperation with the Goethe Institute Cyprus, is also very proud that for the first time we will be participating in the Limassol International Book Fair with hosting a staged reading on November 23rd at the Lanitis Carob Mill in Limassol. The stage reading is directed by young and gifted Cypriot director Nefeli Cantoni, who selected literary texts from Austrian and German writers, which will be brought to life on stage by talented performers. This event will offer audiences an opportunity to experience contemporary classical literature in a unique manner. In closing, I would also like to use this opportunity to thank all of our partners, especially also, of course, the Minister and the Ministry, and the collaborators of all the institutions involved, so supporting the Weeks of the German Language. Especially also our thanks go to our sponsor, the Charles Heimer Foundation. We are very much looking forward to welcoming you at our events, and I would like to thank you again for your attention.
The First Secretary of the German Embassy, Mr. Hermann Josef Konrads. Mr. Konrads, you have the floor.
Thank you. Your Excellency, dear Minister, dear Mrs. Ambassador, dear Mr. Ambassador, dear Mrs. Krüger, distinguished guests, thank you very much and welcome to this event. It is a great honor for me to join you today at this press conference for the Weeks of the German Language 2025. As you mentioned already, I speak here on behalf of the German ambassador, Dr. Hans-Peter Jugel, who unfortunately is out of station during this week, but he sends his best wishes for a successful start to this year's program to all of us. We're delighted to celebrate together with all our partners the varied and creative aspects of this German-speaking world here in Cyprus, highlighting our shared culture, but also strengthening the ties between our countries and the people of Cyprus. Like the previous speakers, I would also like to mention some of the events in this year's program that we are organizing or co-organizing as an embassy. As part of the pilot program for learning German in public schools, we are welcoming students to Nicosia, as Your Excellency, the Mrs. Minister has already elaborated. This is a wonderful opportunity for students from all over Cyprus to come together, meet each other, and learn about Germany's history and the work carried out at the embassy. For us, this get-together is a symbol of connection and curiosity, key elements of multilingual education, and we are looking very much forward to meeting these young and curious minds very soon. A special highlight this year is also the joint concert organized by the three embassies with the renowned German jazz trio Tango Transit from Frankfurt, performing on November 19th in the beautiful Castelio Tisa Hall. Under the title Folk Songs Reimagined, a musical encounter between Cyprus and the German-speaking world, they will reinterpret beloved folk and children's songs from Germany, Austria, and Switzerland in collaboration with the talented Cypriot musicians Hermis Michail and Philippos Philippou. And here's a little secret I'm sharing with this closed circle. They will also perform Cypriot folk songs together. It is cross-cultural performance, bridges tradition and modernity, and we look forward to familiar melodies being transformed into energetic, vibrant sounds. Finally, as also already mentioned, we are proud to present the film Das Lehrerzimmer, the Teacher's Lounge, as the closing event of this year's festival. Nominated for an Academy Award and winner of the German Film Award for Outstanding Feature Film, it explores questions of justice, responsibility, and moral courage, very actual themes indeed, themes that resonate far beyond the classroom. Before I close, I would like to present also the engaging event organized by the Cypriot German Cultural Association. 3 years after the original documentary exhibition at the Goethe Institute, the lecture, The Art of Making, revisits the lives and motivations of craftspeople in Germany and Cyprus, exploring how its craft landscape has evolved since then. Panel discussion will examine the challenges and opportunities of craftsmanship in today's Cyprus. Altogether, these events, they showcase what the Weeks of the German language stand for. Creativity, cooperation, dialogue, and as Ambassador Burgener has pointed out, even culinary delights. They remind us that language is not only a tool for communication, but also a bridge to understanding and friendship. On behalf of the German Embassy, I would also like to specifically thank the Minister and the Ministry of Culture and the Ministry of Education and thank all our partners for their support and enthusiasm. Dear guests, vielen Dank, viel Erfolg und viel Spaß bei den Wochen der deutschen Sprache. Vielen Dank.
Ms. Kruger, welcome to our company. I'm sure we'll have a great cooperation. And you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Guten Morgen erst einmal auch von meiner Seite. Guten Morgen, Frau Ministerin und liebe Kollegen von den Botschaften. Herzlich willkommen zu dieser Pressekonferenz. And now I will switch also to English. As the Global Cultural Institute of the Federal Republic of Germany, the Goethe Institute is very happy and deeply proud to present once again such a rich and also, let's say, diverse program for this year's Weeks of the German Language. My colleagues from the embassies already pointed out the importance of the Weeks of the German language and also of the culture, the German culture in Cyprus. And they were already talking about the events we are organizing together. So I would like to highlight the most significant events we are organizing from the Goethe Institute this year. On November 14th, the Goethe Institute, together with its PASH schools in Cyprus, are organizing 2 film screenings. Greetings from Mars will be presented at the Heritage School in Limassol and Winners at the International School of Paphos. And the 2 schools, the 2 PASH schools, are part or members of our worldwide network, Schools Partners for the Future of the Goethe Institute. And we are very happy to have them here on Cyprus. Greetings from Mars is a story about a young boy called Tom. He's 10 years old, he's autistic, and he dreams of becoming an astronaut. The film is a sensitive and humorous story about family, diversity, and the courage to grow beyond oneself. Winners is that story of the 11-year-old girl called Mona, who begins a new chapter of her life in Berlin-Wedding. It's a part of Berlin. The film, directed by Sulen Yusuf, talks not only about new beginnings, courage, and diversity, but let's say also about team spirit and the power of sport. On November 22nd, the German author Lucy Fricke and her translator Theo Wotzers will speak and discuss her novel The Diplomat, also at the Limassol International Book Fair. In her novel, The Diplomat, Lucy Fricke tells the story about Fred, who is an experienced and quite ambitious German consul who feels at home everywhere but also nowhere. Until she faces her first challenge in Montevideo. Afterwards, she is transferred to Istanbul during a period of political tensions. And this period presents her first real and very tough moment in her professional career. Lucy Fricke is one of the most famous contemporary authors in Germany, and she has received several awards for her literary work. Theo Wotzers is a translator. He translates from Greek and also from German, and is her translator, a personal translator. In the discussion, the discussion will be moderated by Constantia Soteriou, I'm sorry for the pronunciation, who is one of the most prominent contemporary authors here in Cyprus, and her literary work usually focus on the recent history of Cyprus. On November 28, the German language teachers of Cyprus are invited to a very particular, let's say, dynamic and inspiring conference on German teaching through interactive, involving, and also inclusive approaches. So this is why I'm also happy to see here some teachers today. In addition, the participants can join a rich and diverse program, such as hands-on workshops, creative teaching methods, and digital media in the classroom. And we will give also an introduction to the inclusion and language support strategies. In addition to the professional input, the conference also offers, obviously, the most important thing, a big exchange from the teachers, networking and discussion. And it will give a glimpse into the current and the upcoming activities of the Goethe Institute. Before concluding, I would like to express my warm thanks to the Ministry of Education, Sport and Youth of Cyprus for its active support, and my sincere gratitude to our sponsor, the Heimer Foundation, as well to the embassies and our partners, the Friends of Cinema, and our Pasch schools in Limassol and in Paphos, and to the Limassol Book Fair for the great collaboration. And I hope you will join us at our events, and thank you very much for coming. Vielen Dank.
Thank you all for being here today. Vielen Dank.
Thank you very much.
So we'll make sure that we discuss all this. Is the power behind this? A few minutes, but
thank you very much.
Courage.
Sorry.